Hi girls, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Ann, and low-key, I already filmed a TikTok and used this excuse already, but my eyes are so sensitive right now to this light for some reason. So, like, if I have to go get my sunglasses 5 minutes in, like, you know, we'll live with it. Hi. Okay, I wasn't gonna film this video. Um, well, I guess technically I was gonna film part of this video, and I was like, I don't know, I don't know if I want to post this or not. Anywho, and then I realized for the first time in my life, I have 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, 9? I think I have 9 of the books that I read physically in person with me, which is insane. This never happened. So I figured I'd not really quickly, because we know me, go through the books I read this month. This is my personal best. We're just going to keep trudging forward. I know in June it's going to be 20 books. But this month I read 18 books. And low-key, it's the 30th. So between today and Monday, I might read another book. Who knows? Who's to say? Anywho, let's just go over the books. So I really have no rhyme or reason. But let's just get into it. So for thriller, and I think this is my only physical thriller, Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. I absolutely ate this one up. I read it in a day. I was nervous because I had picked it up before and I didn't enjoy it, or I couldn't really get into the audio book version of it, but for some reason it clicked this time, and that's why you always give a book a second chance. Really, really enjoyed. Next is In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. You guys, most of these books also I did reading vlogs with, so I won't necessarily be going super into detail. I absolutely love this. It's based in New York City. It is a love story, but a different kind of love story. We really follow the love story between these two friends, and a huge event happens, and we watch everything change. And it's really like, I feel like more of accepting, like, whenever you're a type A person, or just in general before any major life things happen to you, and you have like all these plans and you need this to happen by this age and like all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's what this book is like more so about, is learning that what life is like really about, and what happens whenever these huge traumatic events happen to you, is you realize that's not what life is about. This is what life's about. And I feel like truly that's what this book is, if I had to like give it a little wrap up. I absolutely loved it. A lot of people on the internet didn't like it, but I really enjoyed it. Carly. I wish I could go back. Like, I read this before it even came out, and genuinely, like, I wish I could go back and reread this. It's so good. I love her covers always. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people have had a lot to say about it, how they didn't enjoy it, and the timeline, and kind of something that happens in the book, but I think she did a really good job, and I thought it was fun. I read Lost Lambs. This was before I found out any of the backlash, and I did enjoy it like as I read it, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that one. um, you guys, book lovers. Book lovers is that book to me. I absolutely love her. I will love her forever and a day. This is my favorite book ever. It's my favorite romance book ever, which says a lot, and it just has such a special place in my heart. Cue the video that you guys have probably seen by now, of me sobbing rereading this book. So good. It's like literally so good. Next is Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think I was gonna like this, and I absolutely devoured it. I thought it was such an interesting take on like dating, anxiety, and it was just so good. I was so surprised at Brooke's writing abilities. Not that I think she's dumb or anything, but I feel sometimes like when these influencers or social media people have get book deals, it's just not always the best writing in the world, i.e. Haley Pham. But I really enjoyed this. thought it was a great debut, and I can't wait to see what happens next. I watched the interview and she said she's going to be continuing in this world, so very exciting. Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. Absolutely devoured this. Like, I took my time reading this because I knew I was gonna be so sad when it was over, and knowing like there's not gonna be another one for at least a year. So depressing, but I keep like going back and forth. I kind of want to turn it in, but I just love the cover of this. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, love that. Cowboy Romance reality TV show, and I've always wanted Emmett's story because we have seen him in the other Chestnut Spring books. So I was very grateful to finally hear his story, and I thought it was great. I have no words. I have no words about this book. No, actually. This book, like, rewired my brain chemistry. Like, genuinely. And, like, everyone said on social media, they were like, it's gonna stick with you. Like, it stuck with me. Especially as someone with chronic illness. I know I did a whole video. If you guys want to go watch that, I give all my thoughts and feelings and everything. But genuinely, like, this is a book that is, like, tucked into my heart. And I so related to the main male character. And oh my god, it breaks you in the best way. No words. Okay, now really quickly I will go through my non-physical like books I don't have. I read I Think My Therapist Hates Me by Chris Olsen. It's his memoir. I thought it was pretty good as far as memoir goes. I will say, like, it's very heavy, and it's all stuff I wanted to read about since I am in recovery. I've always loved that he's out loud about his sobriety, his recovery, and loved getting to know more of his story. Next is The Deal. You guys, we already know how I feel about The Deal and Off Campus. I'm very excited to read Allie and Dean's story if it ever gets back in stock anywhere near me. Next is Anatomy of an Alibi. By far my favorite thriller of the month. It was so good. Next is Dissection of a Murder by Joe Murray. I didn't love this one. And it is what solidified the fact that I'm just not a courtroom drama person. How to Own the Room by Viv Groskop. I actually also enjoyed this one. It's obviously How to Own the Room, kind of like how to carry yourself as a woman in business and public speaking and tips and tricks, and I really liked it. Each section had like obviously the story and then like real applicable tips and tricks and things to try in your own life, which I really enjoyed. Missing in Soho by Holly Stars. It is a drag queen cozy mystery. Really love that. The Wedding People by Allison Espach was a reread. Really enjoyed that. Renaissance of a Boss by Rick Ross was random, but it was pretty good. Let's see. Next is, it's called Summer of Secrets / A Dad for Billy. It's being re-released. It was originally released as A Dad for Billy by Susan Mallory, and now it's Secrets of Summer. And I really enjoyed it. It was like a wholesome love story about a woman and her daughter who move back to her hometown and end up having to move in the house beside her ex-fiance. So yeah, and then last but not least is A Nantucket Fling. It's an arc. It comes out in like, I think a few days, and I will say I ended up enjoying it, but I thought it was gonna be like an Ellen Hildebrand, like Nantucket, fun, summer, like aesthetic type book. And only 20% of it takes place on Nantucket. The rest takes place in London, but it was a beautiful love story. Age gap, but like the woman was older, and then single dad. Anywho, there's my books. I'm gonna fix my list. So in about 2 seconds, you guys will see me back here. And we're gonna go over my summer TBR / summer new releases that I'm very excited about. Hi girls. We're back. Okay, I have all of the electronics right here. So really quickly, I'm going to first go over the books that I have that are on my summer TBR. There's actually probably a lot more because I'm like stressed out looking at the books I have. Anywho, so let's go over the ones that I either have on Kindle or I want to get physically or I have physically. We have Summer of '69 and Swan Song, both by Ellen Hilderbrand. I've started Swan Song, I've just never finished it. And lucky for me, my mom and I's Kindle is synced up. And she has all these old Ellen Hilderbrand as well as Mary Kay Andrew books on there. So I am booked and busy this summer. I want to reread Beach Read and Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I don't know if I'll get to both. And I might save Beach Read until closer to when we're gonna get the adaptation, which hopefully is soon. Next is Malibu Rising. I have that book. I also have a stack of books that I've bought within the past like week or two that are on my summer TBR. Also just like on my general TBR. We have Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone, How to Write a Love Story by Catherine Walsh, Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Laws of Love and Logic by Deborah Curtis, which I'm very excited. It's a Thousand Voices Media book. And I have enjoyed those books so far. There's actually another one on the new release I want to read as well. And then on my Kindle, I have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I really enjoyed what was the one that came out the night we met. I know a lot of people either loved or hated it. I was a part of the loved. Anyway, we have Picking Daisies on Sunday. I'm currently reading Liana, I can't think of her last names, A Summer of Stars. That's the new one that comes out in August, and I'm liking it so far. It's a little slow, but I'm starting to fall in love with the characters and have interest in what's happening. Next is Sunny Side Up by Katie Serino. I have that and another book that's based in New York I really want to get to, and I have them on my Kindle. So yeah. One that I had last year that I just never ended up getting to was These Summer Storms by Sarah McLean, and I really want to get to it. I just love rich people drama, especially during summer. I feel like that's just the perfect time. Anywho, oh my gosh, I forgot about these actually. I also have Set Piece, which I've been meaning to read. I was meant to pick it up. Oh, actually, I did pick it up this week. I just didn't get to it to read it. But honestly, maybe I'll read that tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I love a celebrity / normal person romance, and that's what this is. This was on my summer DVR, but I just picked it up for a video, which, so you guys will see that it'll be a separate video. I've been loving doing the videos of me just reading one book. You guys have probably seen it. I've done it for like Into the Blue. I did it for, well, actually Phoebe Berman ended up being 2, but I was doing it for Phoebe Berman. And just giving you my raw, honest thoughts. I did it for book lovers, but I'm very excited for this one. I had no clue. I just read the back, which also, this book marks, like, I think, let's see, the 4th book that I read that was a book of the month within the past 2 months. I actually almost chose it, but anyway. Oh, I didn't realize that the author, A, was a debut author, and also owns this really cute bookstore in Edinburgh that I had on my list because if you guys don't know, I almost went to Edinburgh like a month or 2 ago, and I ended up not going. Anyway, very excited for this one. So yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. I also am trying to get into cowboy romance. Like, oh my god, you guys! Like, I'm hitting full level Delulu because I've talked about books all day today. I filmed like 3 videos. I've been wanting to get into other cowboy romance than just Lila Sage and Elsie Silver, and I just haven't branched out. So I'm finally going to do that this month. A new book that I'm really excited about comes out. It's called West of Forever by Corinne Michaels. I had not heard of her, or I thought like the name sounded familiar, and then I realized she's the author of All Too Well. Never read it, but I saw all over my TikTok For You page. Loving the cover. I really want one of the like arc. They have like these hardcover special edition arcs, and they are stunning. That's what drew me in. I saw it on my For You page. Anyway, West of Forever is a small town cowboy romance, and it's like forbidden love. It's 2 rival like ranches or cowgirl / cowboy ranching families. Anyway, it sounds right up my alley. I'm very excited. How cute is this collage I made? Anyway, that comes out on June 16th. And then I also on my TBR is Rachel and Solomon's new book, Extracurricular. I'm very excited for this because I recently found out, not recently, I keep saying recently found out, literally like probably a year ago, that I really enjoy academic like romance books. So this one is, I believe, at age gap. It is a pop star who decides that she's over the pop star lifestyle and she wants to go be a normal person. So she enrolls in college and she ends up falling for her professor. Yeah, I'm gonna eat that one up. That one comes out July 14th. And then I'm very excited about this. I had not heard of this and it popped up for one of the lists I was looking at, and it's giving sort of like Happy Place by Emily Henry vibes. But California. It is called Summer People by Sarah Blakely, and it's about these college friends that vow to do a summer trip every summer, I think, to this beach in California. I don't really know the details, but everyone's comparing it to Happy Place, and I really liked Happy Place, so I feel like I'm probably going to enjoy it, so very excited for that. Next is another, oh, did I say it comes out the July 7th? Next is another A Thousand Voices Media, which I'm very excited. I've really been enjoying it, and I feel like if this is one of their books, it's not going to be too cringy. I'm not a huge like sports romance girly. I say that as I've read like 3 sports romances in the past few months, but it is Abby Offsides by Anna McCallie, and basically I didn't read that much. I just saw everyone talking about it, but I think it's about a girl who ends up moving to Liverpool after like a big breakup or a big life event, and she ends up falling for a Scottish soccer player and working for the soccer team, or maybe she's a coach or something. And then she ends up having like forced proximity, basically having to move into this soccer player's apartment. So next is Good at Being Alive. It is out June 16th. I'm very excited. I've seen the cover everywhere. So many people that I follow were sent the ARC, which jelly. But it's by Elizabeth O'Rourke. I think it is a CEO. The guy's a CEO, like grumpy Bill. I don't know if it's billionaire or millionaire. And the girl has just lost her family and is going through grief or whatever. And they somehow end up being forced together for a fake honeymoon for a reality TV show. So that's basically the only premise of that I know. I'm such a great booktuber. I know. But if I tell you guys every single detail of every single book, I would literally be talking for 45 minutes. And this is already at 20 something minutes. So anyway, last but certainly not least is Stormy Weather. I've been seeing this everywhere. This comes out July 14th. Been seeing this everywhere. It is, when I read like I was about to say biopsy. When I read the synopsis, it is giving And Now Back to You, like almost exactly to me, but I'm very excited. It is enemies to lovers, and one thing about me is I am going to love an enemy to lover love story. So anywho, love the cover, can't wait to read it, very excited, and I think that's basically my summer TBR. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next video, and you guys will be along for the journey of me tackling my summer TBR. So yeah, okay, love you guys.